In a previous video we have made the front interface of a homemade digital power supply using a color touchscreen TFT display. In this video we will build the second part of this project, the voltage controller that will regulate the output and set the voltage and the current limits. Have in mind that this is just my first attempt and the system is not working perfectly. A basic digital power supply is made out of four main parts. First, a transformer that will lower the voltage from, let's say, 220 volts to maybe below 30 volts. Then we need a rectifier bridge to get DC voltage from AC voltage. Then we have the buck converter that will lower the voltage to the desired value. And finally, we will have the control interface, which in this case is the TFT display part that we already made. So today we'll make the final circuit and give it a test. And if everything would have worked okay, I would have made a 3D case and create my final power supply. But anyway, before we start, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell in order to see my future videos. Also, thanks to all my patrons for the support. So, let's get started. This video is sponsored by GLC PCB, which upgraded their factory so now they can offer 5 pieces of common 2-layer PCBs with a production time of only 24 hours, and that without any additional fees. So for that, prototyping becomes faster than before, but for the same low price. Upload the Gerber file, select the PCB settings, and order high quality PCBs for a few dollars. What's up my friends, welcome back. I have to say that this is not the best digital power supply ever. I had a lot of problems and this is still a prototype, so sorry for that. I just wanted to show you all the steps I followed. If you think of any improvement, I shared the project files below and also you could leave a comment in the comment section. The system works, but quite bad. If you really need a high quality power supply, just go and buy one. This video is meant to teach you how the power supply works and also how to make one even if it is not perfect. That being said, let's get started. First of all, I will use this 28 volts transformer to lower the AC voltage from 220 volts. The transformer is probably the most important part of the power supply since it will give you the maximum voltage and power. This one I'm using is a medium power one. The power rating of a transformer is obtained by simply multiplying the current by the voltage to obtain a rating in volts amperes. This one is rated at 220 volts and 0.3 amps, so a total power of 72 volts amperes. In ideal transformers, the power from the first winding will be the same at the secondary winding. But this one is not ideal, so we could assume that the output power will be a little bit lower. Since the output voltage is 28 volts, maybe we could get around 3 amps of current, which is more than enough for my power supply. Using toroidal transformers should be the better choice, but I don't have one like that right now, so I will use this one. Next we need a full bridge rectifier in order to obtain DC voltage. You could use 4 diodes in the rectifier configuration or just use one like this one, that will cost you below $1. As you can see here on my oscilloscope, it will give us a positive side of the AC signal and with a capacitor we could get a constant DC voltage. Okay, so now for the buck converter circuit, you might want to check my full tutorial on buck converters and see how they work. We will need a MOSFET, a small NPN BJT transistor as well, a 100 microhenries inductor, a diode and the output capacitor. This will be the most basic buck converter schematic since I'm not looking for best performances. We also need 2 resistors for the output voltage divider for the feedback and the pull-up resistor for the gate of the MOSFET. At the same time, I will use another small buck converter that will always be set to 5 volts to power the Arduino and the TFT display. To control the current value, I will use this small module with the Max 471 chip. One problem this module has is that the input has to be from 3 volts to 36 volts. But I want my power supply to be able to go below 3 volts as well. So I should put this module before the buck converter, but that will also sum the current of the converter, not just the load. Okay, so to enable or disable the output, I will use a relay, and that's pretty much it. This is all that we need for this project, so check the full part list below on my webpage electronoobs.com. Okay, this is the full schematic for this project. I made the decision to place the current module before the buck converter and fine adjust the values once the power supply is done, and I will do that in the Arduino code. In that way it's much easier. Okay, so we have the transformer connected to the full bridge rectifier. Then to the buck converter circuit, which is controlled by the TFT display and the Arduino, which has the feedback from the output. And the main output would be enabled by the relay, and that's pretty much all we need. The feedback will control the voltage output, and the current module will control the current value, and the Arduino will change the PWM signal connected to the NPN transistor that will control the MOSFET gate, and by that the output value of the buck converter. If the voltage is set to a higher value than the output, the PWM signal will get lower till the output is the same as the set value. If the load gets more current than the set limit on the screen, once again the voltage would get lower in order to keep the same current limit. That's exactly how my digital power supply works. So let me show an example before we mount our own supply. I get this 15 ohms resistor. If I apply 15 volts to this resistor, exactly 1 amp will pass through the resistor. But now I will change the current limit to, let's say, 0.5 amps, and as you can see the output voltage dropped to around 7.5 volts in order to keep the same current limit. Okay guys, so I first soldered the Arduino on one corner of the PCB. Then on the other corner I add the rectifier bridge with a big capacitor at the output. Be careful, this capacitor has to be able to withstand more than the transformer output voltage. In this case, this one could get up to 50 volts. Okay, so then I solder in place the buck converter that will supply the Arduino with 5 volts. But before that, rotate the potentiometer and set the output to 5 volts. And then you can glue the potentiometer so it will stay at that voltage so it won't burn the Arduino. Okay, so then I add the current measure module, but I don't connect it to anything yet. I will do that later. Now I solder all the components of the buck converter circuit that will control the output voltage. Make sure this capacitor could also withstand more than 28 volts. Okay, I had to remove the entire buck converter circuit. The NPN transistor that I was using couldn't withstand more than 25 volts and blow up, and by that it made a short of all the components. Now the circuit is up here, and I'm now using the BD139 NPN transistor. Okay, in order to test if the buck converter works, I've connected for now a potentiometer to one of the analog inputs of the Arduino so I could control the duty cycle of the PWM signal. I connect 220 volts at the input and the board is now powered on. I have a load and the multimeter at the output, and as you can see I can adjust the voltage, so the circuit works. I rotate the potentiometer, the PWM signal changes, and the output as well, from 0 volts up to 33.5 volts. Now it's time to do this automatically, digitally, without using the potentiometer, since this is a digital power supply. For that, I first add a feedback voltage divider at the output as in the schematic. This voltage divider is connected to analog input A2, and now we can read the feedback. Now it's time to make some tests. First, download the TFT file for the screen and put it on the micro SD card. Make sure you power off the Arduino and insert the SD card into the TFT display. Power up the screen and the new TFT file is now uploaded. Once you get 100%, power off the display and remove the SD card, and now the new interface will appear. Now upload the Arduino code and then connect the TX and RX pins of the TFT module. You could download the code from below of this video if you would like to improve this setup. Okay, so I connect a load at the output and power on the circuit. I also connect my oscilloscope and the multimeter at the output. I connect the main 220 volts input to the transformer, and as you can see, when we start the power supply is set to 5 volts. I've done that in the code. On the oscilloscope we can see the PWM signal. I now press the set button and set the voltage to 10 volts. When I press back, the voltage at the output is now 10 volts, and the PWM signal also changed, so the voltage control works. But what if I change the load? I now connect this 15 ohms load at the output, and as you can see on the oscilloscope, the PWM signal automatically changes value, but the output voltage is still 10 volts. Strange, for some reason, the analog read on the display oscillates, but on the multimeter I have 10 volts all the time. And that's because the refresh rate of the display is set to 1 second. That's why it prints a certain moment value, not the average after the feedback control. But I trust more the multimeter value. At the same time we can see the current value on the display and it's around 0.65 amps. But now I go and set the current limit to 0.5 amps. I go back and now I put the 50 ohms resistor again. As you can see, the current stays at around 0.5 amps, but the voltage dropped to around 8 volts in order to maintain the current limit. Later, I've also placed the power on the screen, which is basically just the voltage multiplied by the current. Okay, so the system works, but quite bad. The current control precision is not as expected. The use of the TFT display made the refresh rate of the code very slow. The current sensor is not that good, but at least the voltage control is pretty decent. Since this is just a prototype, I won't make a case for this circuit yet. I won't connect the relay at the output neither for now. Also, once I get better results, I will make a more decent PCB and manufacture that if everything goes well. Sorry that this project is not as expected, but I want to share with you my attempt of digital power supply. I will try different options of this project, so stay tuned for that. So guys, this is my homemade digital power supply with a touchscreen TFT display and with voltage and current limits. Check all the links below for more details and consider helping me on Patreon. I really hope that you learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and activate the notification bell for future videos. Also, click the like button like crazy and share this video with your friends. And remember that your help on Patreon means a lot for me and will keep this kind of videos going. So thanks again and see you later guys.